The reporters are kind of going around in circles right now, but here are the highlights. There's going to be a dinner tonight with the president, but guess what? Only Democrats are invited to this. 18 Democrats from the House and the Senate. A lot of questions by reporters. Hey, if you were going to try and make a bipartisan effort here after the midterm elections and the results that we had, wouldn't you invite Republicans to this dinner as well? And that answer was skirted by Josh Earnest. He also went on to say that it shouldn't be a deal breaker for other common ground amongst the newly elected Republican House and Senate that will be coming in after January. But of course, the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, has said if the president goes ahead and does this executive action, that it will basically poison the well. Another very interesting thing, the president announced this on Facebook first. And Wendell Golar, our own Wendell Golar, asked the very first question if that was a tip of the hat to Zuckerberg, of course, who founded Facebook, because he also founded FWD.US to support executive action on immigration. Coincidence? For more on this, Chris Plant, syndicated radio talk show host. Leslie Marshall, Fox News contributor and radio talk show host. Chris, do you believe, Josh Earnest, that this shouldn't be a deal breaker for other common ground?
It's designed to be a deal breaker. It's designed to blow up Washington. It's designed to be poisonous. It's quite deliberate. And I love oh, well, we're not going to tell you what's in it. We've got to sign the executive order to find out what's in it routine, which is, of course, reminiscent of Nancy Pelosi before the health care thing. No, this is, you invite Democrats only over to the White House tonight. It's a poisonous atmosphere. It's going to get worse, not better. This is helping no one but the Democrat Party. This is outside the law, it's outside the Constitution, and it's going to cause havoc. So let's bring in the Democrat. Leslie, why would the president, after the midterm elections, where Republicans won in a landslide, and he came out and he said, I hear the American voter, why would he not invite Republicans to this dinner tonight? That is a total slap in the face.
Well, Gretchen, you're taking all my talking points today, girl, because I agree with you there. I mean, look, I'm a Democrat, and we got slaughtered in the midterm election, and the president did hear the people and did say he heard the people, and it actually looks better for him, if no one else, and Democrats, and will appease the people left and right in this country. And in between, if you say, look, you know, the invitations went out to everybody. We sat down, we had a meal, we talked. It doesn't necessarily change anybody's opinion. But at the end of the day, these executive actions don't have to be taken if the House would vote on this. And Chris, I think you would agree that there's a lot in this legislation that both sides can agree on. As we saw, the Republicans, the 16 of them in the Senate that voted in favor of this, are not all extremely moderate Republicans. Many of them are very conservative.
But it's very interesting because I don't know if this is totally a done deal yet, Chris, because Josh Earnest said that they're going to release the legal justification a little bit later on. And remember, you know, he also was very smart in saying that Mitch McConnell had already gone on the record as saying he's not going to shut down the government, right? And so they're going to continue to fund the government. So now he has the Republicans on record as saying that. But did you hear that question there? That possibly Republicans could fund the government but not allow this executive action to go forward, correct?
Right. Well, there's going to be a lot of political wrangling going back and forth and constitutional challenges and great debates about all of this. But, you know, but why the false urgency of now in the lame duck session after the Republicans took control of the Senate and maintained control of the House, after the Democrats were massacred, and even though they don't like to say it out loud in the midterm elections, the false urgency of now is just more political poison. It really is. And no, yeah, you're right. We don't know what's in it. They could tell us what's in it. I guess we'll find out tomorrow what's in it. But this is all about party and party politics, yeah, hopefully. And it's not for the betterment of the country.
All right.
This is all about politics and the party.
All right. So just moments ago, another breaking news situation, because Vermont announcing that Obamacare architect Jonathan Gruber will no longer work on the state's plan to set up a single-payer health care system, although his team at MIT will keep working on the state contract. Meantime, with all the videos coming out of Gruber calling Americans stupid, Leslie, members of the mainstream media are bending over backwards to explain why they are not covering Grubergate. Listen to this.
I'm not saying it's not a story. Look, I'm not in charge of any of those network newscasts. But what is the news today of that? It's a political story. network news in general hasn't been covering the political back and forth of Washington a lot lately.
Oh my God, Barack Obama hasn't heard of Jonathan Gruber? Neither has the American voter, which doesn't implicate their intelligence at all.
Yeah, but the
No
president
one
just
cares
spoke
about Jonathan Gruber, I swear to you.
Really? Or the 5.9 million taxpayer dollars that went to him and then he turned around and called all of us stupid? Leslie?
Well, I have to say, you know, I got a lot of grief the other night on the Factor for saying, you know, why are the Democrats lying to themselves? And I am a Democrat with regard to Gruber. I mean, the comments are hurtful. It is news. And to say that nobody's covering the political back and forth, I don't know what rock they're living under. I think every network does that. But I did look back, and except for when it came up to the Sunday talk shows, really, other than Fox News Channel, nobody had covered this, and this is news. Even if you don't like the news, and believe me, as a Democrat,
Wow.
I did not like the news.
All right, Chris, Leslie had a lot of your talking points today. She's agreeing with you a lot on this. Let's see what the president actually says tomorrow night. Thanks, panel.